guys, what is up? It's Jonathan Littman here, director of Batman Terror of Arkham, and today we're going to be doing something a little different and something we've not done for a while on the channel, which is a Q&A. So these questions came from Facebook, Twitter and YouTube based on multiple videos of ours, but mainly the film Batman Terror of Arkham. So far the film's been up for 7 months, we've been entered into multiple awards, and we've got to the finalists of 2 of those awards, which were Best Actor for myself, Matthew Fordy, who plays the Joker, and Carl Dobson, who plays Commissioner Gordon, and Best Actress, which is obviously for the amazing Bex Jones. Actually, while we're on the topic of Bex Jones right now, let's just start by doing some questions that have been asked for her.
Hi guys, my name is Bex Jones and I played Harley Quinn in Batman Terror of Arkham. So, I've been sent some questions, so I'm gonna answer them for you real quick. Oh my gosh, it was so interesting that she wasn't... Okay, so obviously we're so used to seeing Harley influenced by her infatuation with the Joker and her obsession with him. So it's normally a very internal thing that's driving her. So the fact that it was this external factor, like this toxin that's been injected into her body, yeah, it was so interesting to have to portray it so differently, and to really embody like what that would be like, what that would feel like. So yeah, it was super challenging, but so much fun to shoot, and nobody was harmed, so that's good. Oh my gosh, super easy one. Yes, absolutely. I would love to play Harley again. And actually, interestingly, when we did the auditions, I got sent the sides for Harley. So when I was doing my character research and everything, I was like looking up like schizophrenia, like all of these like, no, I've got so many ideas. Okay, but I'm not gonna tell you, like, you have to wait and see. Thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and thank you so much for watching the movie. Big love to the cast and crew. I miss you guys so much, and yeah, stay safe.
These questions are very similar to a couple of other questions which have been asked regarding Scarecrow, but again, who better to answer those questions themselves than the man who played Scarecrow himself, Tom Churchill.
Hey guys, I hope you're all well. I have been asked to do a very quick Q&A for the production of Batman Terror of Arkham. I'm Tom Churchill and I played Scarecrow, stroke Jonathan Crane, and my first question that's been brought before me is, would I ever return to the role of Jonathan Crane stroke Scarecrow? You should never say never as an actor. You never know. I mean, this is actually the second film. This is my first film involved with this series, and if there's ever a third one, if I haven't got anything else scheduled as an actor and Jonathan can think of another really good story, then yeah, you never know. Like I say, you should never rule anything out. You should never say never as an actor. So we'll have to wait and see. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm very excited. I was very excited to get the role, and you never know. Who knows? I hope so. If Jonathan wants me back, then yeah. Second question is, what's the biggest aspect you brought to the character as an actor? I think the first day, I decided, Jonathan said to me, look, here's your clothes, it's like your uniform for Arkham Asylum. I remember he passed it over to me. The first one didn't fit, it was too small. He said, oh, don't worry, I'll pass you the bigger size. And I stopped him. I said, no, let's keep it. And he said, why? And I said, look, I've been doing some research. I actually had the comic on me. And I showed him the very first thing that they established back in the 60s was he didn't care what he looked like. He didn't care whether his clothes fitted, or he was obsessed with his work. That's all he wanted to know. All his money went on to his research and his obsession with fear and what makes people's fear tick. So I said, look, it'll be a nice little nod to the original comics, because I wanted to steer it away from what Cillian Murphy did, because he done an incredible job with those films. such a great actor, and he blew it out of the park. So I wanted to do something completely different, and I think that's my biggest aspect, and I'm hoping that now people understand why it's so tight. It was a deliberate choice, and I hope you enjoyed the film. I hope you enjoyed this very short Q&A, and I hope you're all well, and hopefully see you guys soon. Tom Churchill, signing off.
So the first question comes in from our YouTube page, and the question is, do you have any interest of doing an original superhero film or series? I actually was privileged a few years back to work on an amazing film called Stretchy with my good friend Rob Maxwell, who helped as assistant director on Batman Terror of Arkham, and that sort of gave me an idea of how that would work, how you would integrate society into a superhero. And with everything that goes on in our lives every day, there could be lots of interesting stories to put in there, but for the time being we're going to focus on the superhero that we've been working on for the last few years, as well as a lot of original content which we'll get to in a bit. So the next question is one that we get asked quite a lot, and one that I'm finally going to answer for you guys. The question is, are you working on a sequel? Well, it's a bit complicated. I'll be straight up, we have an idea, a title for a sequel. That being said, we are going to focus on a lot more original content because we want to fill out our portfolio and show people that we can do something other than action. So we've got a sequel in mind. If you guys know the Arkham games, what comes after Arkham Asylum, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But if you guys want to see that, give this video a like, comment down below, let us know. Another question here is a very straightforward question, I really love it. Good movie, but why the hell is Batman revealing his identity to Crane? Okay, so I love that people are actually asking these questions. So the reason why Batman reveals his identity to Crane is actually, it made more sense in the original cut of the film. For those who don't know, Robin was in the original cut of the film, and in this scene here, Scarecrow had Robin held hostage, and he was basically threatening Batman with killing Robin by injecting the room full of fear toxin, and Batman's only solution to stop Scarecrow from pressing the trigger was to reveal his identity to sort of shock Scarecrow and changes the way he was thinking. And obviously further down the line, when Scarecrow is injected himself by the fear toxin, if he was to tell anyone that Bruce Wayne was Batman, no one would believe him. Simple as that. It works in the new cut for the fact that Scarecrow has got the trigger in his hand, ready to release the fear toxin around the city. And again, similar principle, Batman is only holding back and revealing his identity so Scarecrow does not press the trigger. So that's the only reason why he reveals his identity. It's not meant to be a huge thing, but thanks for noticing. So the next question is, are you introducing Robin in the third one? Well, to be honest, I think the idea of Robin in the films in general has kind of ironically flown the nest. I don't think it'd work with the way we want to incorporate it anymore. That being said, in the third film, if we do get to it, there's lots of other superheroes that we want to incorporate from DC Comics. So let us know if you guys want to see this. That's you guys are genuinely the answer to our questions here. It's Q&A both ways. Another good question here is, what software did you use to create the visual effects of the film? The software that we used is, ranged from the Adobe Creative Suite and Cinema 4D. We started using Cinema 4D a lot more for the Star Wars film that we're going to be releasing the end of this year. Obviously, with everything that's going on in the world right now, we were meant to have started shooting 2 weeks ago, but sadly we can't do that, so we've postponed shooting until further notice. But if you guys haven't seen the visual effects that we've been putting up for that film, go check it out in our YouTube channel. We've been posting lots of different tests that we've been working on. Regarding this film, we mainly used After Effects and we used third-party plugins. There's lots of amazing free third-party plugins out there that you can get. I'll talk about them more in another video, but what I will say for the time being is work with what you've got, and then anything on top of what you get is just an additional arrow to your quiver. It's not, the tools that you use aren't the answer, it's your creative mind and how you overthink problem solving and things like that. So Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere Pro are the great tools, but if you guys can only work with something else, I know there's a lot of free amazing editors out there right now. If you guys have only got those, use them, because at the end of the day, you're creating media over and over again, you're creating yourself a brand Just keep working, keep pushing, and you'll create something amazing. Another good question from YouTube here: what actually did happen to Robin? So for those who don't know, we did actually shoot a video with Robin on the channel. The actor was Jack Dalton, absolutely amazing individual. But unfortunately, just due to the way that the schedule fell and certain actors letting us down, certain things happening, I'm not going to go into it, but we had to rethink the whole structure of the narrative to make the movie cheaper to shoot and to make the movie flow a bit quicker. We needed to take Robin out of the picture, but I'd love to work with Jack Dalton on another project in the future because he's an absolutely amazing, phenomenal actor, and I think he's got so much potential behind him. Infinite potential. No joke there. Come on guys, be serious. But yeah, like I said, we just had to change everything due to what happened behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, it was all for the greater good. And our last question for today's video is, would you guys be interested in making a tutorial for any of the VFX shots in the film? Yeah, absolutely. If any of you guys have got specific VFX shots that you want me to talk over, I'd be absolutely willing to do that. We've posted a VFX breakdown before and after of the film, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. You know, people were asking me how I worked on cutting a character out of a green screen that doesn't fill the full picture. We actually shot it on that side of this room. So yeah, if you guys want to know how I did any of the visual effects in the film, please let me know in the comment section below. So thanks for watching the video guys. I hope that we answered many of the questions that you had, and if not, put them down below and we'll make sure to answer them in our next video. Until then, please consider subscribing. We looked recently at the analytics of the channel and we noticed that 95.5% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed. That kind of blew our mind. So if you please consider subscribing, it really helps the channel out and it helps us as filmmakers know what content that you want us to upload. So until then, don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe, and I'll see you next time.